Revelator aggregator. In the interest of trying to pump out more content, I'm going to start making an effort to go back to basics, to go back to my roots. Whenever I tell you something in a video, I've researched it. That was the original impetus for this channel, was to download all these factoids that I have in my head. I aggregate revelations, get it? And for a while lately, I've been trying to do the long division and show my work and show my research, and it's just too time consuming. So I would encourage you all to research everything I'm telling you, because I'm not making any of it up. Per First Lady aggregator, moving on. So by now, as I'm sure all of you know, super Zionist, dirty trickster supreme, and all-around psychopath Roger Stone was found guilty on every single one of the idiotic, silly process crimes that he was charged with. Now, don't misread me. I am no apologist for Roger Stone. Quite the contrary, I just want him to go to jail for the real reasons he should go to jail. Now, this snuggle bear pictured with Raj is none other than Roy Cohn. Now, Roy's father was like the top dog in the New York B'nai B'rith, which, if y'all don't know, that's what's behind the ADL. The loathsome, wicked ADL, Anti-Defamation League. B'nai B'rith is essentially a hoogie boogie, Kabbalah, quote-unquote Jewish Freemasonic organization. Now, Roy got his start as the top lawyer, I believe, for Senator McCarthy during the Red Scare communist quote-unquote witch hunts. Quick backstory: Russian Ashkenazi quote-unquote Jews were the primary force behind international communism. I mean, that's a fact. You can look it up. They obscure it, but it's a fact. So it's been speculated that Hoogie Boogie Ashkenazi Roy was put in this position as a handler or manager or fixer or cover-up artist to ensure that the central role of Ashkenazi Bolsheviks was obscured in the whole communism thing. Crooked lawyer Roy would go on to later hook up with prime Jewish mafia kingpin Meyer Lansky to run a homosexual pedophile blackmail operation in America. Roy Cohn was the original Jeffrey Epstein. Only difference was Roy was running a gay pedo blackmail operation, and Jeff was running a hetero pedo blackmail operation. So Roger Stone was one of the boys who studied blackmail under his mentor Roy Cohn. But guess who another one was? That's right, the golden Wonder Boy. You guessed it, future President Orange Guy. And word is, Donald Trump was Roy Cohn's favorite Wonder Boy. In fact, here we see that old Hoogie Boogie Queen Roy Cohn with his boy toy future President Orange Guy at a big fabulous bash at Studio 54. Don't they look super flamboyant? Don't you love Roy's big crown or whatever it is? And doesn't Donnie Boy look beautiful in his makeup and Roman soldier attire? Now, I believe earlier this year or back in 2018, this photo was in Vanity Fair, and it was captioned saying that was Donald Trump. And y'all know Donald Trump loves to sue. So I'm pretty sure if it wasn't Donald Trump, Vanity Fair would have had their pants sewed off. Now then, as I was saying, Roger Stone and Donald Trump both were mentored and studied under Roy Cohn in learning the blackmail and extortion game. I might also add that for many years, Roy was Donnie Boy's consigliere, fixer, dirty, slippery attorney. He was Michael Cohen before there was Michael Cohen. In fact, word is, at the height of the fake cover-up Mueller investigation. Donald Trump bemoaned the loss of his fixer crooked lawyer and said, "Where's my Roy Cohn?" And a movie of that same title just came out back in September, I think. In fact, the Vanity Fair piece I referenced earlier with the big gay picture of Don was doing, I think it was some kind of early profile of that movie before it came out. From his start in the Red Scare McCarthy hearings all the way to his death, it's pretty clear now that Roy Cohn was a criminal, treasonous agent of the nation-state of Israel. And who knows what kind of awful, dirty tricks he was up to in support of Israel's agenda back when he was teaching Roger Stone, an orange guy, the game. I mean, he was running a pedo ring, for crying out loud. How involved and or aware were Raj and Donnie Boy in those wicked, awful, satanic operations? In his many years flying solo as a crooked, dirty trickster political operative, how many awful, wicked, satanic, blackmail, extortion tricks has Roger Stone pulled? And how many times has he committed treason in the name of Zionism? So I'm not saying Roger Stone doesn't deserve to go to jail. I mean, he may even deserve to be executed, depending on what all he's guilty of. But I got no problem saying it again and again and again and again. Mueller's job was to cover up Israel's role in the 2016 election and England's role in the 2016 election. See, England interfered for Hillary and Israel interfered for Trump. It just so happens that compared to Mossad, MI6, and GCHQ, are totally hapless. And I'll say this again and again and again. Seth Rich was a Mossad agent and may not even be dead. He may be hiding out on a kibbutz in Israel for all we know. And I'm glad he did what he did. But he was the one that downloaded all those Podesta and Clinton emails directly from the DNC server. The download speeds for that stuff, well, it would have been impossible for it to have been remotely downloaded. It was on site. And it was Seth Rich who did it. And this whole link between WikiLeaks and Russia, that's nonsense. Matter of fact, when you hear the media talking about Russia, just replace it with Israel. Because the Russian oligarchs that were involved, yeah, they're Russian oligarchs, but they're dual Israeli citizens. Their Russian nationality was incidental to their role. They were doing it, what they did, on behalf of Israel. And I know Julian Assange is some kind of player. He was a victim of an MK Ultra mind control cult down in Australia when he was a little boy. And now the system is abusing and torturing him again. They're literally torturing him to death in prison right now for exposing the fact that John Podesta and his weirdo brother Tony and Hillary Clinton were a bunch of satanic pedophiles. And they've never denied those emails, y'all. And Roger Stone and Donnie Boy may have been up to some of the same sick stuff with Roy Cohn, and maybe even with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, who knows? And Roger Stone deserves to go to jail, just not for lying to the Mueller cover-up circus. I mean, he may not have even lied to him for all we know. He might have gone in there and thrown himself at their mercy and said, "I'm an Israeli agent and I'm guilty of treason and blackmail and all kinds of stuff." And they might have said, "Well, you know what? You're still going down anyway." I mean, it's already been established that that crooked crowd basically forged documents framing Michael Flynn, who's also a Zionist and who I don't have a whole lot of sympathy for. Finally, I apologize if I've been unchristian in any way in this video. This stuff just totally disgusts and infuriates me. So pray for me, y'all, and pray for this fallen, wicked world. Come quickly, Jesus. Father God bless you all. Jesus Christ saves, and stay positive.